Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for a wonderful photo montage of sport that has happened here in South Canterbury in the last 12 months. Wasn't that amazing to see what happens in our community? Come on, let's hear a round of applause for what's going on. Oh, that just absolutely just showed us what can happen in sport in this community. Good evening, one and all, and welcome to the Trust Aoraki South Canterbury Sports Awards for 2021. We are absolutely delighted in this 55th South Canterbury Sports Awards that for the first time we are streaming this event live to all of you around the world with a connection to sport and recreation in our great community. So we want to welcome you, those who are here, but those who are watching online. Those who are here, let's have a round of applause for this great event. We've enjoyed the wonderful hospitality here of the Function Centre as well. Now, we will spend time this evening celebrating about sport, and it's just a great honour to be here, to be your MC. My name's Julian Blanchard, and we're coming from Timaru live and loud. And we're going to recognise everything that's been great about sport and has given us reason to smile in a year that's been like no other. This COVID-19 environment has taught us to be flexible and innovative in many aspects of life. We now work from home. We shop online more. We also physical distance, and we appreciate more now than ever the time that we do have together to hug and to hold. Sport has been no different in making those changes. In fact, this evening, our young people are going to be acknowledged in a very, very different way. So we're going to take a moment to hear from South Canterbury Regional Director Sean Campbell as to how this will occur.
Sport Canterbury is championing the balance is better philosophy. We really want those people that work with our tamariki, our rangatahi, whether they're coaches or administrators, to focus on the development of these young people and not just the outcome of the sports. So this year, we're really focusing on all of our young high achievers and celebrating what they have achieved rather than comparing them against each other. These young people are great ambassadors for their sports, and we want to celebrate all they have achieved this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Sean Campbell, our Regional Director. Man, him and his team have done such a great job as well. This is a year like many of us never would have imagined, but Sport Canterbury is delighted to bring you the Trust Aoraki South Canterbury Sports Awards for 2021. All right, let's begin this category. This is our very first category. It is the Mackenzie District Council. It is the Administrator of the Year. And our nominees are Phil Brophy from cricket, Lisa Blackler from cycling, and Libby Benson from speed skating. All right, let's have a big round of applause for these wonderful administrators of the year. And the winner of the Mackenzie District Council Administrator of the Year, Libby Benson of speed skating.
Libby has a wealth of knowledge and experience for her club. She is a proficient and organised administrator who works quickly and efficiently under pressure. As race secretary, she plays a significant role in ensuring events run smoothly. Over the past year, Libby has been appointed as the lead official and race secretary at various events, along with appointment to the position of chairperson of the Speed Committee. To qualify as race secretary, you must be a qualified official, and this year, Libby became a Level 3 official following 2 years of study and exams.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Mackenzie District Council for sponsoring this, and also everyone in speed skating for helping me to achieve what I do. But I'd like to thank everyone and acknowledge everyone here, because sport doesn't happen without the administrators, the officials and all the volunteers and all the parents. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Libby Benson. Libby, this is your trophy here as well. Libby, if you want to just come back. Look at this magnificent trophy. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for our Administrator of the Year from Speed Skating, Libby Benson. All right, our next award is the RSM Lure Official of the Year. And our nominees are Adrian Bruce from Athletics, from hockey, we have Ben Grant. And our final nominee from rowing, Vanessa McIver. And the winner of the RSM Lure Official of the Year for 2021, Ben Grant of hockey.
Ben is an internationally qualified official who dedicates much of his time to umpiring both locally, regionally and nationally. He assists with clinics for the community, mentors senior officials and umpires in all South Canterbury competitions. He was appointed to the South Canterbury Men's Division 1 season final. 2020 saw him also umpiring in the Canterbury Premier League, where he was appointed to the grand final for the season. COVID-19 restricted opportunities for international competition, but Ben was selected to officiate the inaugural Hockey New Zealand Premier League in Hamilton.
I just want to say a big thanks to everyone here, to Julian, Sean and your team at Sport Canterbury. Another fantastic night, and like we've all had to adapt in recent times, you've done an outstanding job tonight. It's really impressive. A big thanks to the sponsors as well for making this happen. I just want to make a personal mention to Hockey South Canterbury, to Canterbury Hockey and Hockey New Zealand. We've had a pretty challenging time with, we've gone from having a whole lot of stuff to next to nothing over quite a period, and to be able to do what we did last year and get hockey up and running, along with obviously all the other sports, was pretty special. And I think it's really changed our sport for the positive. We've had some really cool things come out of it, and it was cool to just be part of that change last year in pretty testing times. So, and thanks to the ongoing support that I have locally and in, up the road in Canterbury and Christchurch and in Hockey New Zealand, because there's some pretty special people involved that make it happen, and that's the reason we like to be able to give back. So, yeah, thanks everyone, and congratulations to everyone who's been nominated.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for our winner there, Ben Grant, as the Official of the Year from hockey. And of course, hockey, like most sports in South Canterbury, doing very, very well, and great to see that hockey turf being used as much as it can. All right, next we will celebrate the Hyundai South Canterbury Coach of the Year. And our nominees are Craig Motley from Athletics, we've got Brian Smith from rowing, and Cheryl Begg from speed skating. Let's hear it for our nominees of the year, for Coach of the Year. Let's hear a round of applause for these two. And of course, Brian Brian is not here tonight. And the winner of the Hyundai South Canterbury Coach of the Year, Brian Smith of Rowe.
Brian's hard work, passion and dedication has created a positive culture within the entire Timaru Boys High Rowing squad. The environment he has created has led to many podium finishes at both school and club events, including winning the Bill Eadie Cup and the Under-15 Cox Quadruple Sculls at the Māori Cup. Brian was also selected to coach the South Island Under-18 boys squad, who competed against the North Island at Karapiro.
Cool. So, thank you very much, and I would firstly like to apologise on Brian's behalf for not being here this evening due to family commitments. However, my name is Jamie Harrison, and I'm here as his recipient. I'm also one of his assistant coaches. So we would like to thank our boys, well done boys, our squad, our parents, our committee, and Timaru Boys High Rowing Club. And thank you for this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Our Coach of the Year for 2021, Brian Smith of rowing. All right, we're on to our fourth category, and this evening it is the Media Works South Canterbury Sporting Event of the Year. And the nominees are the 2020 South Island Masters Games, and the Tour of Timaru 2020 Speed Skating. I think these two nominees, and in fact I think a special recognition must be made to any sporting event that must have had to have occurred over the last 12 months. So these two are our nominees, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a round of applause for both of these for managing to put on an event with so much anxiety and trepidation in the year. So the winner of the event of the year is the 2020 South Island Masters Games.
The South Island Masters Games attracted a range of sports, teams and individuals together for 10 days of competition. The event catered to all levels and abilities, with both competitive and social grades, giving everyone the opportunity to participate. In 2020, the Games had more than 1,900 competitors and generated over $1.5 million into the local community. The event engaged more than 150 volunteers and returned close to $60,000 back to local sports organisations.
Firstly, thank you to MediaWorks for their support of the event, and I just want to acknowledge Peter and the speed skating community as well for what was a wonderful event that was put on as well, so congratulations to you also. Firstly, this award feels like it's really an award for all of the sports that participated in the South Island Masters Games, and the significant amount of volunteers and officials from 35 sports within this region that was able to put on a wonderful event for just under 2,000 participants, plus supporters and officials as well. So, without your hard work at a time of, very challenging circumstances, trying to have your own sports and competitions be played as well, was a significant achievement. So I just want to acknowledge and thank all of you as well. A couple of other thanks. Firstly to the Timaru District Council. A couple of those representatives are here tonight as well, and certainly without their support at the 24th hour, the South Island Masters Games wouldn't have happened in 2020, and certainly the benefit that it provided to the community wouldn't have been able to be achieved. So to the Timaru District Council, I just want to say thank you. And also to our other supporters as well. So Trust Aotearoa have been a wonderful supporter of the Games for many, many years. Alpine Energy, again, another wonderful contributor into the local community as well. Just want to thank them for their support, and also the Southern Trust. Finally, I just want to also thank those 2,000 people that did travel to Timaru for that time. Without them making that commitment to train, to play, to keep active, it wouldn't have been possible. And then finally, I just want to acknowledge a couple of other people as well. Firstly, our board, who put in a significant amount of time and effort to make the South Island Masters Games what they are. And then there's the saying, which is, stand on the shoulders of giants and you can achieve great things. And I just want to acknowledge two past people who have been heavily involved in the Masters Games, and that's Chris Thomas and Keith Shaw. Without their contributions, along with the rest of the board as well over many, many years, we wouldn't be able to continue to build on the great brand that is the South Island Masters Games and deliver a great event. So thank you to everyone that's been involved. Masters Games are just about to reopen for 2021 up in Marlborough, so if you're of the age and keen for some time away, make sure you get on board and enter, and I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the night, so thank you.
So we also should make mention, during that time when the Masters Games were on, Simon was, always there on social media. He was also doing these videos, these live streams, and while lots of people were making comments on social media and stuff about is this event on or whatever, and Simon himself wouldn't have known what was going to happen from one day to his next, but his positive, upbeat messages, wandering around with his selfie stick or whatever he was using was absolutely amazing. So I just want to have a special round of applause for Simon for the work he did in keeping the messages going out there as well. So well done, Simon. Also, thank you for your time this evening, Julian, as well. You may now go take a break and sit down, and I'll ask Timaru District Council Mayor Nigel Bowen to come forward and assist with the evening's award. Let's hear it for our Mayor Nigel Bowen. All right, our next award, it is the Alpine Energy Para Athlete of the Year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can you please put our hands together and celebrate the winner for this award? We know who it is. For 2021, let's hear it for Jono Nelson.
Jono has had an extremely successful 2020-21 season, winning 5 championship events, including taking home gold in both the individual time trial and road race at the National Paracycling Championships. Jono was the winner of the Auckland Marathon Hand Cycle Division and became the first person ever to complete the K2 Cycle Challenge on a hand cycle. Jono was also selected on the long list for the Tokyo Paralympics 2020, a reflection of his consistent hard work and dedication.
I'd just like to thank Alpine Energy for sponsoring this award, and I'd also like to thank the South Canterbury public for supporting me over the years with my endeavours and what I do. Without your support, I wouldn't be able to do it. And special thanks to my lovely wife Sharon. Without your support on a daily basis, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Thank you very much, and I hope everyone has a good night. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Jono Nelson, our Para Athlete of the Year. Now, of course, if you haven't seen Jono up some of our hills, usually Callan's Hill as well, this man is just an inspiration, and I do know that he does inspire a lot of athletes, not just para athletes in this region, so a well-deserving award winner, and let's hear it for Jono Nelson again. South Canterbury celebrates and encourages everybody to be physically active. And our next category is for our Masters athletes who continue to test themselves to the highest levels that they can. We're probably getting close to that category, Nigel, if not already. Some of the grey hairs starting to show through on our video screens are a testament to that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the nominees for the Waimate District Council Masters Athlete of the Year. From Athletics, Kelly Charles. From Cycling, we have Amy Hollande. And from hockey, we have Jeanette Francis. All right, so the winner of the Waimate District Council Masters Athlete of the Year Award for 2021, Amy Hollande from cycling.
Amy is continuing her cycling success, medalling in 2 races at the Age Group Road National Championships in April 2021. Amy received the gold medal in the Road Race Masters Women Category 2, riding the final 75k's solo to win easily. This was supported with a silver in the time trial. Amy also competed in the mixed team section of the Prospector mountain bike race with her son, earning the bronze medal.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, this is a bit of a surprise. I wasn't really expecting to win, but anyway, just want to thank Sean and his team for, again, putting on an outstanding night, and also for all the effort they put in behind the scenes for sport around our region throughout the year. It's great, and obviously I'm tied up with what they do with cycling, and it's pretty tough helping out in a sport that you probably don't know much about, but they excel, and it's great to work with them. Thank you very much to our cycling club here in South Canterbury. We have a really strong club, and without them we wouldn't have all the nominations that we've got here, and we certainly produce some really good bike riders, which is great to see. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Masters Athlete of the Year, Amy Hollande from cycling. All right, now we're going to recognise those in our communities whose contribution to sports cannot be measured. They undertake numerous roles across their codes for the love and for the desire to make sport here in South Canterbury better. These people are true champions. The recipients of the Timaru District Council Lifetime Achievement Awards are: from boxing, Jono Ensor.
In 2020, John semi-retired after 55 years of coaching and volunteering with his gym, of which he's a life member. John has coached many successful boxers, including Joel Hill, who has won 2 New Zealand titles. John was first introduced to boxing by his PE teacher at Timaru Boys High, and quickly became involved in the Timaru boxing community. He added refereeing to his skill set in 1986, and his passion for this part of the sport saw him become an Amateur International Boxing Association referee and judge. John is still currently an active referee and mentor to many in the Timaru and Temuka boxing clubs.
Let's hear it for Jono Ensor, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, John couldn't be here tonight, but his achievements are obviously well recognised. Our next award for the Lifetime Achievement, from cricket, it's Harvey King.
Harvey has been involved with South Canterbury cricket for over 50 years. Highlights of his cricket career include involvement in both the development of the Graham Blanchard Indoor Cricket Centre and the new ground at Hagley Oval in Christchurch. Harvey was recognised for his contribution to cricket in South Canterbury in 2010 with a life membership to the association. That same year, he was also one of 50 New Zealand recipients to receive the International Cricket Council Centenary Medal in recognition of his long-serving voluntary contribution to the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Harvey King. Right, Harvey, have a few words. Harvey making his own rules as per normal. That's why he's been in it for so long. That's what he does. All right, our next Lifetime Achievement Award, from hockey, Bruce Rayner.
Bruce has had a long association with hockey. His participation began over 40 years ago. In that time, he has played, coached club, school and representative teams, umpired, been appointed as a tournament director and been on the Hockey South Canterbury board as a member and president. His most memorable moments include coaching the men's Ian Smith and women's Finch Rose Bowl teams to win their respective tournaments twice each. He has shared his love of hockey with many and continues to be a committed and willing volunteer.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Bruce Rayner from hockey. Our next Lifetime Achievement Award doesn't need any introduction. From rugby, Jeremy Sutherland.
Jeremy is very well known in the South Canterbury rugby community as a life member of both the South Canterbury Rugby Football Union and the Mackenzie Rugby Club. He has dedicated over 35 years in many different roles to rugby in South Canterbury. In 2012, Jeremy researched, wrote and published the Green and Black Through and Through History of South Canterbury Rugby, which was a massive undertaking, but a book that provides a story of the rich history of the Union.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Jeremy Sutherland. Our next Lifetime Achievement Award from swimming, Donald Boot.
Donald has been actively involved in the sport of swimming in South Canterbury for over 40 years. He is a life member of Swim Timaru and is an asset to our club. Donald is always willing to step up and volunteer to help and continues to inspire many others to volunteer alongside him. He has achieved everything you can locally, and in 2019 he received a Swimming New Zealand Service Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Donald Boots. Now, I think looking at these wonderful array of sporting Lifetime Achievement Awards, we have got to be up on our feet, ladies and gentlemen. I know you've got to give and have a huge round of applause for these outstanding Lifetime Achievement Award recipients. Now, Harvey King is just going to say a few words on behalf of these recipients.
Thanks, Jules. Firstly, on behalf of us all, to congratulate Sport Canterbury for running the event tonight, and also Sean, I must congratulate, as I said before, to get the green and black up here, not the red and black. All right, so well done. On behalf of all the 5 old people up here tonight, here to accept our awards, I firstly want to thank all our sports for nominating us for these awards. When you listen to the citations and read the blurbs of John and Bruce, Jeremy, Donald and myself, we probably need to get out and do more and do some other stuff. It's about time, isn't it? 40 or 50 years is a long time to give to a sport, but I know for all of us it's been a pleasure and an honour to be involved in our individual sports, and none of us wouldn't have been involved unless we loved doing it, and we had tremendous support from our families and our others within our sports. Thank you, Nigel, for spending some ratepayers' money and sponsoring this tonight. It's wonderful, and thank you all and good night.
Thank you very much, Harvey. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for our Lifetime Achievement Award winners. Now, for those of you watching online who have just tuned in, this wasn't South Canterbury's Bachelor contestants. This was the Lifetime Achievement Awards, and what a wonderful array of talents that we had up there as well. And thank you, Mayor Bowen, for your time up here as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a time where I get to sit down and relax and take a break. But firstly, can we welcome to the stage our 2021 guest speaker, Dick Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Dick Taylor. And tonight, he's actually going to be joined on stage and interviewed by Timaru District Councillor, well-known sports reporter and my colleague at Harcourts. Let's hear it for Stu Piddington, ladies and gentlemen.
It's awfully bright up here. Thanks, Jules. There's a lot of young people in the room and they probably don't know the influence that the man sitting next to me, Dick Taylor, has had. In fact, no New Zealander is quite as inextricably linked to one performance as the man beside me. In January 1974, Dick Taylor wrote himself into New Zealand folklore. It was the opening day of the 10th Commonwealth Games, and the largely unheralded Taylor had a thrilling come from behind win in the 10,000 metres and secured one of New Zealand athletics, I guess, most iconic and celebrated victories. To put that run into context, Dick at one stage was 50 metres behind the leading bunch that included the world record holder David Bedford. But a burst of energy on the final lap saw not only Christchurch Dick, but New Zealand erupt into joy. How good was that run? Well, Dick's winning time of 27 minutes 46.4 seconds remained a Commonwealth Games record for 28 years. No one went past you, Dick. Dick started running at Timaru Boys High School, a school he's very proud of, where he was a boarder. How did you get into running, Dick?
Well, it was Timaru Boys High, of course, and it's nice to be here at the South Canterbury Sports Awards tonight, and all you people who've got awards and didn't get awards inspire me, even though I'm apparently getting a bit older, that sort of thing, but I get inspired to see people still getting out there and doing things. But I must mention, we lost Prince Philip recently, and before the Commonwealth Games in '74, David Black and David Bedford said, we're going to be two medalists up on the podium at the 10,000 metres. Could you ask to present the medals that day? So he asked to present the medals, and he never gave them a gold medal because some dick got it. So, so David Black and David Bedford back home, and bad luck, guys.
Hope they're tuning in, Dick.
Yeah.
Look, Dick's a man that trained hard but never took himself too seriously. You younger people probably don't need to look at this or listen to this, but Dick, you started as a boarder at Timaru Boys and ended up as a day boy. What happened?
Got to get back to you. Yeah, well, I was a boarder there, and I used to like the run in the mornings to try and beat the older boys, and that was my inspiration. And going to the library and seeing photos of Jack Lovelock and Pat Boot and that sort of thing. So going to Timaru Boys High with some great tradition there was good, but yeah, I got asked to leave the boarding establishment for suspected drinking, even though I did make some of the best homebrew ever produced at Timaru Boys High, but I hope no one's listening about that sort of stuff, but yeah. That's one of those things happens, so I become a day boy, but my years at Timaru Boys High were very special, and great tradition, not only in South Canterbury's great tradition having come from South Canterbury, but Timaru Boys High was very special and inspirational for me as a young athlete, wanting to maybe, go a bit better, which thank God, it did happen.
In those days it was strictly amateur, of course, Dick. When did you realise you might have the talent to go a bit further?
When my dad told me I should do my OE, so I jumped in the car and drove to Dunedin. And we were on the farm at Winchester, and that's when he said, go and work for someone else, you might appreciate your father then. So, but let's hope you can improve your athletic career. So I read Arthur Lydiard's book, not knowing I was going to meet him a few years later, Run to the Top, and got inspired running in Dunedin, and started doing 100 mile a week. And I started doing 200 press-ups a day, get me a bit fitter. So that started Dunedin. So I've got to thank Dunedin immensely for that. The hills at Dunedin, the people at Dunedin, a lot of students I ran with, and a lot of guys who inspired me, and hopefully I inspired them. But my journey in Dunedin was a wonderful part of my life.
And Dick didn't get it easy. You'd been to a Commonwealth Games and an Olympics prior to 1974, without much luck, one would have to say. How confident were you going into that 10,000 metres in Christchurch?
Yeah, it was interesting because I spoke about something a week ago that I'd never spoken about before, about Munich. And I'll mention briefly tonight, you know, the night before the massacre at Munich, I was with all those Israeli guys, and to think that you're with someone one night and the next morning they're slaughtered, that took a lot of getting over. Nowadays, probably someone will give you a bit of help when you get home, but I never did. And I met Lydiard in 72, and he said, I'll try and get you right for Munich, but I need a bit of time. But he said, I promise you I'll have you spot on in 74. So back then, 72, Lydiard and I began a journey. So with an interesting journey, and you know, I trained like hell and lost about 2 stone in weight, and did things I never thought I could do, but that was an answer of it.
The day will be remembered, this is how long ago it is, Dick, by many train spotters out there. It was the first live broadcast in colour in New Zealand. That ages us both. I was a Boy Scout selling programs in 1974. You're a bit older, Dick, but tell us about that celebration. It almost became as famous as the race.
Yeah, well, of course, building up, and I'd been running reasonably well, and Lydiard was a very cunning man. I mean, he always used to go and do my training, particularly time trials, when all the other athletes are back at the village having a meal, and he'd take me to QE2 to do a time trial. Well, I went and ran him about 5 days before the 10,000 metre final. I went into the mile time trial and asked Lydiard to yelled out the lap times, and I ran 4 minutes and 3 seconds, and I was over the moon. 20 minutes before the 10,000 metre final was a warm-up area outside QE2, and all athletes, of course, you sign in when you get to the stadium and signed out to go and warm up the warm-up area. And then they said all athletes for the 10,000 metre final go through to the main stadium, and Lydiard said don't go. And only because of Lydiard, otherwise any other coach I would suggest you go and see a taxidermist, but I didn't go. So it was me and Lydiard and all the other athletes had gone through the main stadium. Next thing, a guy with a cap on and dark glasses walked up and started talking to Lydiard. And I got a wee bit annoyed with this. I'm getting ready for a major event, and if I can't do well today, my athletic career's gone. This cheeky guy took his cap off, took his dark glasses off, and come walking up to me. It was Peter Snell. Now, Lydiard arranged Peter Snell to come and talk to me moments before I stepped on the track. And Peter Snell, I was still Richard Taylor then because Keith Quinn hadn't started calling me a dick at that stage because the race hadn't started. So he said, Richard, it's going to be a good day today. You ran a mile in 3:57 the other day on your own. If anyone can do that, you're going to have a good day today. So he never said I was going to win, but when Peter Snell, one of our great athletes, steps up to a young guy and says that, you know, it's going to be a good day today, you've got the best coach in the world. So it made it a lot easier for me when I stepped on that track and looked at all the other athletes. I thought, well, none of you guys can do what I can do. I'd run 200 mile a week, 500 press-ups a day. So I've done all the work, so let's hope it's going to unfold.
And thankfully for New Zealand, it did really, Dick. You mowed them down on that last race, and you took a line off me because he was known as Richard Taylor before Keith Quinn called him Dick in that race, and you did become Dick after that forever, really, didn't you?
Well, a lot of people always call me Dick, I suppose, but yeah. Well, I must salute South Canterbury people. I was always known as Richard in South Canterbury, and the Timaru Herald and all that was always Richard Taylor, but then Keith Quinn changed all that, which really brassed my mother off. I'm nearly going to say something else, but I'm not allowed to swear, seeing it's going live around the world.
Dick, that win made you hot favourite or early favourite for the 1976 Olympic Games, but a personal tragedy of sorts struck, didn't it?
Yeah.
You were number one in the world.
Yeah, well, being number one in the world was special. And John Walker and I went and ran in America's indoors, and I couldn't believe the impact that both what John Walker had done and what I'd done. And, you know, it was very, very special. But I know we were in a pub, and not that John Walker and I went to bar much. Accommodation was staying in LA before we competed in the LA Games. And a guy came up the bar and said, oh, you guys from New Zealand. I see one guy won the 10,000 metres and beat the world record holder, and the other guy broke a world record and got second. How do you do that? So John Walker said, well, Philford By broke the world record and I broke it as well. Okay, would you like to have a drink on me? And I've seen this guy somewhere before, and I said to the lady behind the bar, who the hell was that? That's John Wayne. So John Wayne had come and said hello to us. And, you know, because we're a young guy, I never think that John Wayne was going to come and talk to you. But that was special. And because I was able to get over there and beat athletes I never thought I could ever beat. So I'd gone up another step. My journey began getting ready for Montreal, and then all of a sudden I got cut down and I got ankylosing spondylitis arthritis, and my career had finished. So that was hard to accept. Top of the world, you trained all those years and that sort of thing, and then it was all over. But, you know, I'm still around, still annoying a few people and that sort of thing. So one of the lucky ones, I think. The arthritis is gone. Probably couldn't live with me. So I've been given that now. I've had a few heart issues, but that's to fill in for things. But I was lucky. I had my day in the sun, 27 minutes and 46 seconds, my day in the sun. I was lucky to be a New Zealander, inspired by other athletes. I had the best coach in the world, which to me meant so much. I had so much support from people from South Canterbury and all around the world and in New Zealand. So I was proud and still am proud to be a South Canterbury boy that after Lydia took over my coaching. Bruce Savage coached me years ago in Timaru, and he was a very good coach and helped me on my journey. So, and Sylvia Potts' husband, Alan Potts, helped me in Dunedin. So I got help. And I think all you people in sport and a lot of sports administrators have helped young people, and I had help too. So without that, we're never going to be able to do things. And New Zealand's a special country. We produce good sports people, and I hope it'll continue.
Later on in the evening, we're going to have the young sports people up here. What would your advice be to a young sports person today that's, you know, knocking on the door?
Well, I think you've got to listen to mum and dad for a start.
Are you any good at that?
Yeah, I know. Mum always used to worry about me. But I mean, yeah, I think listen to your coaches and your coaches. And I was lucky with coaches who were helping me. Some of them, you know, I remember back in '72, a guy coached me, Alice McMurray in Dunedin, said, you know, I'm coaching, I'm doing all right with you, but I think you can go better. You could be a better athlete. Art Lydiard's coming to town. I'll introduce Art Lydiard, so he did, in the tea rooms in the Octagon. And Alice, in his quiet voice, said, Arthur, will you help coach Richard? Because there's Art Lydiard, the greatest middle distance runner in the world. And he looked at me and said, no. And I thought, I'm nearly going to say shit then. I thought, well, when you get the greatest athlete in the world, and I had a reasonable amount of ability, I'd won some New Zealand titles. He said, no, I don't want to coach you. And I said, why? He said, you don't do as you're told. I contacted every coach, including your mum and dad, and asked them about you as a person. And they all said he's got so much ability, he trains hard, he'll train really hard, but often he doesn't do as he's told. So he said, I can't be bothered with people like you. So I promised him that I'll do everything he told me to do. And the greatest thing Art Lydiard told me to do was drink beer. And thank goodness he never told me to stop. So, it was a wee bit of a lesson. Just do as you're told. So for coaches and athletes out there, listen to mum and dad and listen to your coaches, because if they can't help you, they'll get someone else to help you too. So there's people out there who will help you on your journey, and that's so important.
That's great, Dick. Now I'm going to own up. You're a trickster of the trade, they tell me, and pull tricks, but I've got to admit, partly we've got you here under false pretences. What Dick doesn't know tonight is he's going to be inducted as one of South Canterbury's sporting legends. Ladies and gentlemen.
Remember Harold Nelson at Eden Park in Auckland in 1960, winning the 6 miles? We may see a repeat from Dick Taylor in Christchurch in 1974. David Black, Dick Taylor, 300 metres to run. Dick Taylor full of adrenaline taking off. It must be screaming for his blood.
many years ago, someone said to me, "Why'd you throw your arms in the air?" I said, "I heard someone in the stand yelled out, 'The bar's open.'" I really think, I just can't thank South Canterbury and what this is very special. And this will be, and I haven't even got my gold medal on the wall at home or my shoes or anything like that, but this will be up there because it's very, very special. And I say thank you very much for everyone who thought about giving me the chance to get up there, Very special. I'm just proud of this province, proud of being part of South Canterbury, and Tom Walsh is a bit the same as me. He's proud of where he's come from and his journey and still follows South Canterbury, loves South Canterbury, love the people, and had some wonderful journeys here. And, I've even been chucked out of pubs in South Canterbury. And I met a lady the other day. She's my grandfather often talks about you. You're in the Crown Hotel in Temuka drinking underage, and they raided it. And me and Ian Bowen, who's well-known councillor, of course, and Richard Lyon, another one, they chased us through the sale yards at Temuka. And this girl's grandfather yelled out, "Stop, stop!" And apparently I yelled out, "You stop, no bastard chasing you." That's another story.
Congratulations, Dick. You've become the 5th South Canterbury sporting legend. You're joining one of your heroes, Jack Lovelock, speed skating world champion Nicole Berg, cycling world champion Mark Ryan, and this will probably be your favourite, the 1974 South Canterbury Ranfurly Shield winning team.
Oh yeah, nice being with all those people, and I feel humbled to be part of that. Feel humbled, and I think it's an absolute honour, and I just, I'm a bit stuck. Normally I'm not stuck for word, but yeah.
I'm going to say that it's the first time I've heard you stuck for word.
Yeah, sometime I started, but I'm not going to start it tonight. That's another story, but yeah. One little story. I'm talking about stories. When I had my cardiac arrest of nearly 4 years ago, I was in Rowe Hospital, and I'd come out of intensive care. It's in the wee ward beside, and there was a guy beside me, which made me feel good because he looked like he wasn't that flash. Next thing is little kid come running into the room. He said, Granddad, make a noise like a frog. Granddad, make a noise like a frog. And the old granddad said, why? Well, Grandma said, when you croak, we're going to Disneyland.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dick Taylor.
Thank you very much.
Dick, congratulations, Dick. This is a great achievement and appropriate recognition for what you have achieved for sports in our community. And everyone's got a Dick Taylor story, and my story is that my father, Graham, when he was younger, used to collect signatures of sporting people. And he managed, when he was much younger, to get in his autograph book the signatures of Jack Lovelock and Peter Snell on one piece of paper. And then he met Dick Taylor, and he asked Dick, he said, well, can you sign this piece of paper as well, with Jack Lovelock's and Peter Snell's autographs on it? And Dick said, no. He said, I'll sign the next page, but it just shows you the true nature of this man, that he said, no, they're a different type of champions. To me, he probably didn't use those words, but he says they're in a different category. But tonight, Dick, I'm afraid you're up into those categories as well. You're a true icon of South Canterbury and a very deserving winner as a true South Canterbury legend. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for Dick Taylor. We just have 3 awards remaining this evening, and to help with those, can I ask South Canterbury board member and one of our evening judges, Mr. Nigel Davenport, to come forward to assist. Let's hear it for Nigel Davenport. Wearing one of many hats in this region. You've got an opportunity to promote South Canterbury around the world at the moment, Nigel, and your opportunity to do so as well.
Fantastic. You know where we are, come and see us.
Yeah, there you go. why wouldn't you with this man in charge there of our tourism and stuff as well? So ladies and gentlemen, Nigel Davenport. Let's now ask that one representative from each of the teams to come forward. And our nominees for the XCM Team of the Year are from Equestrian, South Canterbury, North Otago Show Jumping Team. From rowing, the Timaru Boys High School Under 15 Coxed Quadruple Sculls. From rugby, the Temuka Senior Team. We have from speed skating, the Senior Mixed Relay Team. And from squash, the Mackenzie Squash E-Grade Women's Team. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for all our nominees from the Team of the Year. And the winner of the XCM Sport Team of the Year award is the Timaru Boys High School Under 15 Cox Quad Sculls.
The Timaru Boys High School Under 15 Cox Quadruple Sculls have put in the mahi this season and have the results to show for it. This crew of young rowers showed commitment and dedication. They gained a second place at the South Island Club Championships before winning Under 15 Cox Quads at the Māori Cup in 2021, earning them the Bill Eadie Cup.
I'd like to thank our coaches, Brian Smith, Jamie Harrison and Hooper Kelly Smith for dedicating their summer to us and helping us train, and all the parents, the other boys down the back that are in my boat with me, and yeah, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of our Team of the Year, the Timaru Boys High School Under 15 Cox Quad Sculls. Probably still in shock that there's beer being made at the hostel over the years. Thanks, Dick. We're now going to celebrate our Aspect Trust High Achieving Young People. As explained earlier, there's no winner in this category, but a celebration of our community's young people and all that they have achieved. The young people we are celebrating this evening will come forward in three groups. Our first, from athletics, Jessica Vogel.
Jess has shown huge improvement with dedicated training leading to top results. In the women's heptathlon at the Athletics New Zealand National Combined Events Championships, she was the under-18 gold medalist. Jessica also had several other podium finishes at events throughout the season and is the South Island Schools 200-metre champion and set a new Aoraki Schools Championship record in the same event.
From cycling, Jonathan Fish.
In 2020, Jonathan won gold in both the Under-17 road race and Under-17 time trial at the National Road Cycling Championships. In track cycling, Jonathan took home silver in the scratch race and bronze in the 3-kilometre individual pursuit. He is a member of the Upper South Island High Performance Hub, and in March 2021, Jonathan was named a member of the New Zealand Under-19 track cycling squad for the Junior World Championships in Egypt and Oceania Champs in Australia.
From cycling, Noah Hollande.
Noah is showing massive potential in both road and mountain biking. He was the winner of the Under-15 General Classification Yellow Jersey and the Under-15 Sprint Jersey overall in the Young Kid Junior Tour of Southland 2020. At the Age Group Nationals, Noah received an Under-15 gold medal in the time trial and silver in the road race. Noah has been selected in the Frisio Ilab development squad.
From cycling, Connor Toomey.
At the Young Kid Junior Tour of Southland, Connor achieved 4 firsts, resulting in a second placing on the general classification. At the South Island Schools Racing, he had 3 podium finishes, including gold in the Omnium race, and achieved a silver in the same event at the National Championships.
From cycling, Flynn Turnbull.
Flynn's hard work and training over the COVID lockdown paid off at the Young Kid Junior Tour of Southland, where he won the general classification and polka dot jerseys for his age group. His success continued at the National Road Series, where he collected the overall yellow jersey for under-13 riders, having competed at all rounds of the series, collecting a top 3 or better position for every tour.
From cycling, Jackson White.
Despite the disrupted season, Jackson's discipline and hard work was well rewarded with several standout performances. He was awarded the silver medal in the under-19 points race at the Cycling New Zealand Elite Track Nationals, and he took the title of overall winner in the under-17 on general classification at the Young Kid Junior Tour of Southland. His achievements saw him selected for the under-19 New Zealand Development Track Squad.
Please put your hands together for this first group of high-achieving young sports people. All right, so our second group of high achievers. Let's welcome from netball, Holly Munro.
Holly has had a highly successful 12 months. She was invited to and then made the Netball Mainland Summer Squad and has since made the Mainland Development Team. Holly was a member of the South Canterbury Premiership-winning Craighead Diocesan School Team and has now been selected for the 2021 New Zealand Secondary School Squad.
From rugby, let's welcome Georgia Miller.
Georgia has a huge passion for rugby that has seen her continually improving and finding success in her sport. She recently moved from Timaru to Canterbury to give herself more opportunity to develop her skills. Her impressive performances at the 2020 Ignite National Sevens earned her the title of Rookie of the Tournament. She is currently a member of the Canterbury Rugby Academy, as well as playing games for the wider Black Ferns training squad.
From softball, Kian Prentice.
Kian is very dedicated to his sport, travelling to Christchurch regularly to play for Hallswell Softball Club in the Canterbury competition. Kian was the recipient of numerous club awards in 2020, including club recognition for attitude, effort and hard work. Kian attended the South Island Boys Open Under-18 Club Championships in 2021, where he was one of the top batters of the tournament and was named in the tournament team.
From softball, Adafire Fu.
Atafire is extremely dedicated to her sport, travelling to Christchurch several times a week to play for Canterbury Softball Club, PCU. Atafire played for PCU at the South Island Under-18 Open Club Championship 2021 tournament, where they were victorious. Atafire Few received the Premier Reserve Grades Award for Most Consistent Player.
From speed skating, Charlie Nevin.
In the last 12 months, Charlie was selected for the New Zealand team for both the 2021 World Skating Championships and the 2021 Oceania Championships. She has won gold at 3 open national events and was part of the team winning the National Oscar Award for Best Performance at the National Road and Flat Track Championships.
From Speedway, Jacob Cunniffe.
Jacob has had a very successful year. Jacob is the only quarter-midget racer in South Canterbury and represents the province with considerable pride at events throughout New Zealand. He achieved podium finishes on 19 occasions in 2020 and was named the New Zealand Speedway Quarter-Midget Competitor of the Year in 2020.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to our second group of high achievers. Let's have a round of applause for them. Man, what an amazing group of young people that we have in South Canterbury. The future of South Canterbury sport is bright, and we've often seen over the years people have gone on to achieve big, huge awards who have started in this category, and it's great to see the new group of young athletes coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take time again to acknowledge and celebrate all that our young people have achieved here in sport in the last 12 months. Thank you, Nigel. You may take a seat, and thank you very much for your help tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our final and our major award of the night. It is the one we have been waiting for. It is the Trust Aoraki South Canterbury Sportsperson of the Year. My God, look at the size of this thing. It's unbelievable. To present this award, let's have a very warm welcome from Trust Aoraki. Let's welcome Mr. Murray Roberts.
Firstly, Dick, that was pretty awesome. I think I've heard you a few times, and I always keep laughing at you. You're a great bloke. I can remember going out to Dick's farm there on quite a number of occasions to inspect some of his products going overseas or going local, and Dick was a great bloke to be on the grader. He kept everybody amused, but I think by about 10 o'clock he'd had enough. And Rex, his father, always used to send him away, tell him to bugger off out of it or something. You know. It's also great to see that you're used to support the Crown. Anyway, it's great to be here tonight to celebrate with so many of our region's elite sports people, teams, coaches and administrators. Thank you, Sean, for your invitation and your blurb right at the start. It's very great to know that Trust Aoraki can make a difference. As we often do, we like to share this evening with some of our valued venue owners. Dick's already mentioned the Temuka Crown Hotel, and tonight we have Guri Singh here with us, who is the owner of the Crown Hotel, and it's great to have you here, Guri. Trust Aoraki and indeed our local communities are very fortunate to have Guri as a venue owner and trusting his gaming business to us. This enables Trust Aoraki to allocate the not inconsiderable funds generated at the Crown Hotel in Temuka. Probably not as much now that Dick's not there. And it's great that we can support such events as this tonight. 2021 has seen some key changes in our business. Jason Williamson has taken up the role of Chief Operating Officer last month, and just prior to Jason's appointment, Linda Kenny, formerly of South Canterbury, Sports South Canterbury, sorry Sean, has joined us. And she's taken up the part-time role as Community and Compliance Coordinator. I'm sure that you'll be in communication with Jason, Linda, and or Pam, our Admin Manager, as your need for funding advice and grants occurs. Trust Aoraki is very pleased to not only be a supporter of the South Canterbury Sports Awards, but also very pleased to be able to assist a multitude of sporting people, organisations, associations, and clubs represented here tonight. Not everyone can reach the elite level like Dick did. However, we would like to think that with our support, we can help these sporting organisations to promote their athletes, coaches and administrators to improve and succeed and be the very best that they possibly can be. In the 2021 financial year, we are proud to have offered support in excess of 1.4 million to the many sporting and community groups across our regions of operation. Considering all our venues were forced to stop operating in May and April last year, it's very pleasing to deliver such a result. Our region punches way above its size when it comes to producing national and international sports people, and I think you can see by the young sports people here today, our sport in South Canterbury is in great hands. I know we are all proud of what our homegrown athletes achieve. To all those who are nominated for awards across all categories tonight, we say well done for your determination, your dedication and your application to your chosen sport. Your success does not happen by chance. It involves hours of training for you and your coaches, and means that sometimes you do have to be a little selfish to reach the top rung on the ladder. If you want it badly enough, you will achieve it. To those of you who have been selected as category winners tonight, our sincere congratulations, and we trust that this is a further step to your next level of performance, improvement and achievement. To the overall South Canterbury Sports Person of the Year, your name will forever sit alongside some very impressive South Canterbury athletes on the Honours Board. Congratulations.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Murray Roberts and, of course, the wonderful work that Trust Aoraki does. And please reiterating what Murray said, support the venues that support sport in South Canterbury as well. All right, we ready for our nominees for the Trust Aoraki South Canterbury Sports Person of the Year. And our first nominee from Alpine Ski Racing, Willis Feasy. Willis can't be here tonight. From Athletics, our next nominee, Lauren Bruce. Unfortunately, Lauren couldn't be here tonight either. Our next nominee for Sportsperson of the Year, from Equestrian, let's hear it for Amy McMullen. And our final nominee for the Trust Aoraki South Canterbury Sportsperson of the Year, from Rugby, Cullen Grace. Unfortunately, Cullen couldn't be here tonight. Murray, you want to announce the winner?
The Trust Aoraki South Canterbury Sportsperson of the Year is Cullen Grace.
Cullen continues to achieve outstanding results on the rugby field. In 2020, he was the youngest player to be named in any of the New Zealand Investec Super Rugby squads. As a loose forward who can also play lock, Cullen played for Canterbury in the Mitre 10 Cup and was awarded the Best Canterbury Rugby First Year Player at the Canterbury Rugby Awards in October 2020. Cullen is now a regular member and starter for the Crusaders. Last year, he was also rewarded by being named as All Black number 1192, playing in one test for the team.
Now, Cullen, of course, couldn't be here tonight, but we've got someone here to accept the award on his behalf.
Firstly, hearty thanks to everybody who organised this evening's event. Top class as always. And we, the South Canterbury Rugby Fraternity, accept this award on behalf of Cullen. But I should really mention a few things about him that weren't in the program. He began his rugby career with the Harlequins JAB. He, of course, attended school at Bluestone and Timaru Boys High School, where, of course, he was a member of the first 15 for a number of years, and he played his first rep rugby for South Canterbury in under-16s and under-18s. So well done, Cullen. You're our man in the New Zealand All Blacks. Well done.
Thank you, Jeremy. Now, we're also lucky enough to have caught up with Cullen earlier today.
G'day guys, I hope the awards night's going well. Really sorry I can't make it there tonight, but just like to say how much of an honour it is to be receiving this award. It's pretty cool to still be recognised in South Canterbury for what I'm doing on the field. It's a place where I've grown up, where I've done a lot of my developing as a person, and it's got have a lot of great people there that have helped me along the way, like coaches, teachers, parents, teammates. And there's a lot of great work been going on in South Canterbury sports, so keep up the good stuff. Thank you very much, guys, and hope you enjoy your night. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our Trust Our Recce South Canterbury Sports Person of the Year, Cullen Grace. Well, that finishes our awards tonight, but do not go home, people, because we've got plenty of opportunity. The bar is still open for you to mix and mingle. There'll be some dessert out here for you as well. I hope you enjoyed here tonight, and for all of those of you watching at home tonight, you have been a wonderful audience. I hope you've enjoyed the South Canterbury Sports Awards, and we look forward to seeing you again. Good night.